In this material, you will get acquainted with the Model tab available in the Calibration-Model tab. Keyboard shortcut F9. You can get there from the main page of the status program F1 by pressing the manual calibration F9 button. If you are interested in the information we talk about at KME Academy, we invite you to subscribe and enable notifications so that you get information about the publication of the next part. Remember, hovering over individual options, you will find additional descriptions in the so-called speech bubbles. The Model tab allows you to manually tune the gas system. The model is a function that calculates injection times or gasoline doses. The horizontal axis of the graph indicated by the letter P in the lower right corner of the chart. For gas injection times. The vertical axis of the chart indicated by the letter G in the upper left corner of the chart. The values are expressed in milliseconds. The model on the chart is presented in the form of blue points and their connecting sections. Above each point, the corresponding gas injection time is displayed. To make it easier to manually set the model, a multiplier graph is additionally displayed on the chart, and two trend lines that model the collected map points. The red trend line corresponds to the petrol map, while the green trend line corresponds to the gas map. Remember, trend lines appear only after several points of the map have been collected. You can turn off the display of the multiplier chart and trend line by unchecking multiplier in the options menu on the right side of the chart. Before you make model changes, you should familiarize yourself with the available options that can facilitate the calibration of the gas system. The Options drop-down window contains the following settings. Automatic Model Save. When you select this option, each change will be automatically remembered. Activating this function is also available in the menu Options, Automatic Model Save. Remember, in the Automatic Model Save mode, the gas map will not be deleted after saving. Multiplier. Selecting this option shows the multiplier and trend lines in the model chart. Read Model from File is used to load only the model from a previously saved settings file. After selecting the file, the program will ask whether to save the model to the controller. Remember, loading the model from a file while working on gas will switch the system to gasoline. Default Model allows you to restore the default model settings. When you click this option, the program will ask if you want to set the default model. Add Marker, spacebar keyboard shortcut, adds a new registrar tag. Clear Markers, keyboard shortcut Alt+M removes all markers from the program. Correction for another injections available only in the direct injection controller. Shows the correction window for another injections in the cycle. Tilt, a parameter that allows you to change the angle of inclination of the model chart. When you change this parameter, all points change as the percentage. To change the tilt, use the arrow buttons at the value of this parameter, or being in the model chart using the page up and page down keyboard shortcuts. Remember, when the Shift key is additionally pressed, the angle of tilt changes by a larger value. This applies to many options in the KME NEVO-SKY program. Move, parameter that allows you to simultaneously change the position of all points in the model vertically by a constant value expressed in milliseconds. To change the offset, use the arrow buttons next to the value of this parameter, or using the keyboard shortcuts Ctrl+ page up and Ctrl+ page down. When you additionally press the Shift key, the offset changes by a larger value. Remember, to use keyboard shortcuts, any point in the model must be selected. Working pressure. allows you to select the differential pressure of the gas system expressed in bars, for which the pressure corrections are 0%. Idle mode. Selecting this option causes an additional idle model to appear on the chart. It consists of 2 points, P1 and P2. Point P1 is determined for no load operation at idle. Point P2 is determined for full load idling. The idle work model is represented by 2 green squares and a green line, which passes through both points and connects point P2 to the nearest or next blue point of the model lying behind it. The location of these points changes by changing the values of the gasoline injection time and the gas injection time. Both of these values are expressed in milliseconds. As in the case of the blue model, the gas injection time for a given point is displayed above the green points. The idle model shall be used when calibrating the engine at idle, i.e., when the engine RPM is below 1200. Remember, correction maps are better for setting the idle speed. Max. With the help of this slider, it is possible to change the scale of the timeline of the gasoline model. This makes it easier to position the model when there are several points next to each other in the chart. The model graph shows the instantaneous point of the system, illustrated by a rhombus-shaped point. When the system is running on gasoline, the color of the rhombus is red, and when working on gas, green. In addition, 2 types of points are shown. The red circles represent the pattern of the gasoline map. Orange squares show suggested model setting points through which the graph should pass. The number of setting points depends on the collected petrol and gas map. Remember, the petrol map pattern and setting points are not visible when the automatic model save option is selected. Having collected the pattern of the gasoline map and setting points, you can use the Set Model function. The program will ask whether to set the model and delete the gas map. Once accepted, the program will automatically move the points of the model to coincide with the orange squares. The setting points and the gas map will be deleted, and the model saved to the controller. Remember, to use the Set Model function, you must collect at least 4 points of the gas map. Selecting the Auto Jump option will cause the program to automatically set the active point of the model to the current one. This can help you calibrate your gas system faster. This option is also available in the menu Options Auto Jump. If this episode was helpful to you, we invite you to subscribe and enable notifications so that you get information about the publication of the next part. In the next episode, you will learn more about the functionality of the Model tab. F9. Greetings, KME Academy team.